All right, welcome back to another video. This is a kind of a different style video. I wanted to do a whip tutorial video. I had a few people ask me to do so. So I'm gonna tell you guys kind of what worked for me, and it's definitely not an overnight process, but I'm gonna try and give you the tools it takes to hopefully work into being able to throw some of the whips that I'm about to show you. First off, I want to thank Mike Aurelia for letting us use the Steel Horse Ranch. He was nice enough to let us come out here on a weekday and let us use his track. So shout out to him, and also Candom Construction for helping out with a few projects that we are working on, me and Quentin. So if you want to learn how to do a whip like this, keep watching, and I'll try and talk you through it the best I can, and hopefully it works for you and helps out. I think the best thing you can work on first in order to get the process started on learning how to get the bike sideways, what works for me is coming up to the lip, and as the bike comes up, you soak it up with your legs, as you see in this example here. Once you kind of get the feel of how the bike's going to come up from underneath you, that's kind of when the bike kind of goes a little bit sideways. But you want to just work on that and just soak up the bike. That gets you more fluid with the bike and able to kind of feel what it's going to do. And then after you get that process dialed in, that's when you can start hitting the jump faster. And when you perfect step one and you go into step two, that's when you can hit the jump faster, and then your bars start to turn. And once you get to comfortable a little more, you're able to start to see how the bike will naturally kind of go its course. At the same time, you're controlling it, but the faster you go, the more you're going to need the bike sideways to slow you down. Otherwise, you're going to land on the moon. So once you are able to start feeling how the bike feels, you're kind of going to do more of a turn down. Just because you're soaking up speed, you're not necessarily worried about getting totally sideways, and that's more for show. You basically want to start off going for as in your race mode, and just trying to hit everything as fast as you can, as safely as you can. And then once you perfect that and you start getting scrubs down like this, you're able to move on to the next step and kind of figure out, kind of play with it and figure out how you're going to be able to just throw more style into it. And you'll know more and more how the bike is going to feel the more sideways, not necessarily out of control, but the more out of whack it is in the air. So once you get those down, then you move on to step three. And step three is, once you perfected step two, you're able to you know what the bike's going to do. And so in order to get it more sideways, you'll kind of want to just slow down, and that when you start to go off the lip, like this example here, you'll see how I start to pull back, and you're almost pulling back so the back wheel comes out more. And as you're pulling back, it all comes with time. You have to really work on what you're comfortable with. You don't want to go too hard too fast, because I've almost crashed. I have a few videos of me almost absolute dying, like this clip. So you don't want to do that too much, because it can get too far out of control and you will die. You will just eat it really bad. So if you look at this clip right here, you can see right as I come off the lip, it goes one of two ways. You'll either continue the classic, it's kind of like a pancake whip, or you'll come off of it and you'll throw more of a turn down, more of a scrub-like whip. It all just depends how that rear tire slides off. You can kind of see it in this clip here. Once you get way up, you can kind of control, as long as you didn't pull too hard, you can control when the whip comes back. And it all comes to when the bike hits the bar stop right here. That's kind of when you decide when it's coming back, and also your throttle, because the further you throw it out, the more gas you're going to give it. Now this all comes with time, and you have to just practice the other steps in order to make this work correctly and safely. Because crashing on a whip is no good. I dislocated my shoulder 2 years ago doing it. I was just getting ready for a whip contest, and I threw it too far on a new bike, and you'll get hurt. It's plain and simple. So I mean, you just have to be super careful and know your limits, and it takes time. I've been doing this for 23 years, so I've had a lot of practice, but I feel like these are the steps you can take in order to progress a little bit faster. Everyone has their own way, but this is the way that has worked for me. So I really hope that you can take some of what I said and, you know, put it into your own technique, and hopefully those are some basic knowledge on how to do it. But that's kind of how I got into it and what's worked for me. So I really hope this helps, and you know, just kind of let me know. I also was thinking about maybe doing a knack video, so kind of just doing a test on, you know, different things. If you guys like the tutorial videos, let me know, and I'll do my best. I'll get with Quentin, and we'll try and break it down the best we can. And I'm just gonna keep trying to pump out as many videos as I can, and it takes a team. Quentin, 509, Canham Construction, people like Michael Aurelia. It just takes a team to be able to do some of the stuff. And my buddy Jace for loaning me a bike down in here in Florida. So make sure and check Jace out. He's a super cool guy. I don't know what I'd do without him being able to do this. So I hope you guys liked the video, and if you're not subscribed, feel free. If not, that's all good. So I hope to see you guys in another video, and we'll keep on working and get as much content out as possible. All right, peace.